What's up, y'all? What is up? It is your girl EJ, and I am back. I got my girl Tamika's Day with me, and we're here to talk about Buried Alive. This is a lifetime ripped from the headlines movie. And y'all, we got to talk about it because it starred our girl Eva Marcel, and we had Tyler Lepley in it as well. You may know him as Diamond from P Valley, so we definitely had to come up here and talk about it. Hey, Tamika, how was you feeling about this particular show?
Hey, everybody. It was good. It was what you expect from Lifetime, but I appreciate, first of all, them, just having the Black Excellence movies of it all, but also, ripped from the headlines. This is based around true events that actually went down. And yeah, I was in as soon as I seen Eva Marcel and Tyler Lepley. I'm like, say no more. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to see what's going down.
I know that's right. That's the same thing I said. And let me tell you, I was convinced that Tyler Lepley plays a good crazy. Like
Yeah,
I
he
was really
do. He was playing it a little too good.
I know that's right. I was like, I said, hold on now, Diamond, because that's what I kept calling him in the chat. I
Mhm.
said, hold on now, Diamond, you're doing this way too well. Like, I don't like this. Like you giving me Michael Ealy vibes right now because he be doing stuff and he be
Mhm.
doing it too well. I'll be like, come on now. Mm-mm. So, what's up to everybody in the chat? We appreciate everybody coming through. Daria, Almond Eyes, Latoya, thank you guys for coming through. We appreciate you guys. Lady Virtue in the building. So, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, if you did not know, guys, this movie is on Lifetime. If you do not have cable or anything like that, you can watch this for free at play.mylifetime.com. A lot of times, whenever they have new releases, you'll be able to watch them there. A lot of times they're already unlocked, and you can also watch some of the things that have already aired. They actually have dropped a lot of, like Tamika said, Black excellence movies. Like it's been a lot of them, and honestly, all the ones that I've watched have been pretty good. Like you know what
Mhm.
you're gonna get when you look at a Lifetime movie, and it's followed that same plot, but they're actually like I love a good Lifetime movie, so
Yeah,
I stay engaged in a Lifetime movie.
I agree.
All right, so let's go ahead and get everything pulled up here, y'all. So let's get it started. I don't want that one. We'll go this one. All right. All right. So when the movie actually opens up, we're going to get introduced to a couple of characters. We're going to get introduced to Alicia, and we're going to get introduced to Victor. And then, of course, we're kind of introduced to some of the side characters. Now, when we first when we first opened up, and we got I can't remember what her name is exactly, but she done played in so many things. You know her real name? I can't think what her real name is,
I
but
can't think. Yeah, she has been in a lot of stuff. She was just in something else we reviewed recently. I can't think of what it was, but I know she was in something recently.
mhm, yeah,
She
and
been
she's
in a
always
lot.
so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Always funny, always funny. But yeah, so she's a friend of hers, right? And she's working at this place, and she asked her like, "Why you change your last name? Like, what's going on
Mm-hmm.
with that?" And right then, we should have already known that it was about to be a lot. But meanwhile, Tamika, talk about what our boy Victor is up to.
Yeah, the first time we see him, we finding out that he's coming out of the slammer, and this guy was shook. He like, listen, I don't want no problems. Um, but he told him, no, I'm a changed man, right? I've been, went to jail and learned my lesson and thought about my evil ways. But then the next thing you know, he's hijacking him and busting up his stuff. Like, you owe me this. Be happy that I'm just taking this. So we like, obviously you haven't changed. We see that quickly. Oh, Coco Brown. Thank you, Lady Virtue. Hi, Lady Virtue. Hi, Sally.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, this ninja ain't changed now one single bit, girl. Like just still the same. I said you gonna take the man car, you done took his jewelry, done took the bracelet that he done bought for his wife. Like, dude, what are we
Mm-hmm.
doing here? So I was like, okay, so that's how we gonna play this, Mr. I
Mm-hmm.
changed. Meanwhile, we got um, you know, Alicia's getting off work. She's going to go pick up her son, but lo and behold, her son don't have his little butt at school. He is MIA. She's calling her sister Cam. She don't know where her son is, and then she finally runs into him. And I think this is the first moment that we kind of get that she's really panicked
Yeah.
about it, and it's not your normal panic. What were your thoughts, kind of, on just in general about how she reacted to him just not being there?
On the one hand, you I can understand you being worried, but we definitely knew that it was like an extra worry. Like she felt like he could be missing for a whole nother reason, not maybe the typical reasons that we would automatically think about. And of course she says she done called around, he ain't with none of his friends, and then it's like, oh, I see his little butt over here. And then with us knowing the name change and all of that, obviously you hiding out from somebody. You don't want somebody to be able to find you. So yeah, you're gonna be extra worried when you don't, see him. And his attitude was just all over the place. But you could kind of understand because he's trying to understand why she's being so daggone extra. He want to have a little freedom.
Mm-hmm. Well, that little kid was irking me. I had to keep remembering that he was a kid. I just had to keep remembering that. And then when we get to one part of it, I have a specific question for you about the way she kind of handled things. So here we are. They get back home, and I think it's so funny because he trying to open up this drink. He can't open it up. I'm like, dude, you can't even open up the drink, but you got a whole attitude, and you getting all extra with your mama just because you want to know where you at and what you doing and all these other things, but I guess we can talk about it right now because at this moment, we already know the premises of the movie, but why is it that you don't feel like she's being a little more open with him? Because I feel like if we know that there's a danger, right? Why not tell him that there is a danger, especially when it's going to be presented it to some, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be presented to your son like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is his father. So he's going to be able to do things that, hey, I just didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that part. I feel like if you would have been honest with him from the get go, you don't want to go into all the details. Sometimes you want a kid just to be able to be a kid, and I get that part. But him having that knowledge, then he's not going to come at you the way that he's coming at you because he's just kind of feeling resentment. Like you even hear him mention about one of his friends having his father, and it's like, I wish, my father was here. At least he got a father, whatever smart comment he made. And then her saying that the father ran off and it's too bad you stuck with me, you got to deal with me. And then that's when she opened up the drink for him that he was struggling with. But I think if she had told him more of the truth, then a lot of this stuff could have been kind of avoided. It wouldn't have gave Victor the upper hand. But we'll get to that. But yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to my girl Latoya. Okay,
Yeah,
boo. Love
okay.
you,
Go ahead,
sis. I appreciate
Latoya.
you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. Be moderating, be doing everything. So I love that. But I appreciate you. And the next person said, how can we watch this for free? Yes, play.mylifetime.com is absolutely free. You can watch almost any Lifetime movie that they drop, any new release. They typically have it there first, and you can just watch it. You just have to watch it with the ads. What's up, Torian? Appreciate you coming through. So yeah, so I completely wholeheartedly agree with that. I feel like we don't have to tell him everything, but we do need to make him prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're not going to be with him all the time, so we need to prepare him just a little bit to be on the lookout. And then the next morning, she buys him these shoes. But his little smart self was getting on my nerves. I said, if you don't stop inspecting these shoes like Inspector Gadget or somebody over here, you need to stop it. He get mad talking about he don't want the shoes because she put the little tracker in it. But I don't blame her for putting the tracker in it at this point. We know that there is a danger. I mean, that she's doing what she has to do. I get that. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, that was like to me another sign that she should have been telling him the truth because now he's like, oh, you playing a tracker, you don't trust me. And if he knew what she really feared, then he could have a more of an understanding of why she was doing it. That part was funny though, because he was super excited to get these sneakers. Like, oh, what made you do this? And then he looks and sees that in there, and it's like, oh, never mind. I don't even want to wear these no more.
Okay. And them things was fly too. He told me he don't want to wear it. So, but he just wasn't having it. At this point, he just doesn't get it. And he also is a little bit, I want to say he a little bit spoiledish. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell that he,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit of both of it at the same time. But I'm just like, come on, little man, we need to do better. And this is my reasoning right here, what we was just talking about. So Tamika,
Mm-hmm.
talk to us about this scene.
Yeah, he popped up fast too. He wasn't wasting no time. First of all, I was mad at her sister too, because I'm like, who the hell puts down their phone and bag, just leave it in the car, leave the car where it's accessible to be able to get in? Like, no, if you had to go back in real quick, take it with you. But okay, girl, we know that's how they had to move it along. So he was able to get that easy, and already done tracked the daggone son down at the school, showing him the family photo. Like, oh, you don't remember me? Look, who's this? And that's your mother. That's me. That's you. So, of course, he's already craving to see his father and know his dad. I could relate to that because my son, always wanted to know his biological sperm donor. And it would be like the other little kids' dads is coming to pick them up from school. So, of course, this gonna get him excited. I'm like, he done invited him back to the daggone house and the whole nine. Like, what are we doing here?
That part, I'm like, bruh, like I get that he showed you the picture, and I get it. So now we done established some trust. But really, are we inviting him back to the house? Like, don't you think there is like at this point? I'm like, I understand you happy to see your father. You wanted this father figure in your life, but we got to start thinking about why mama, like about mama. Mama already done got onto us about a lot of different things. Like you should be saying, like, I can't bring you back to the house. Let me talk to mama first. Like that's that, or let me call my mom. You got a phone? Let me call mama. Something like that. But
Exactly. I don't give a damn who it is. Don't let nobody in my damn house.
okay, that part.
Mm-mm-mm.
Exactly.
She
Bring
was
him to
so
the house.
shook.
Girl, the way she just looked like she had a doggone panic attack right there. She trying to hold it in, and she trying not to show him. But I feel like that was another thing. Like I get that she's trying to be brave and strong, but he senses no fear in her. So therefore,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't feel like he's in danger. And this is really going to play out when we get to the next scene, which is where he talks them into going to dinner. Right here, you have made it look like y'all are good, like there's nothing wrong. No, like little man thinks that it's all good. Look at his face with that big ass Kool-Aid smile. Like, bruh, no, I didn't agree with how she did it. I get that she's trying to manage the situation, but my problem is what her son is seeing is not registering stranger danger to me. But
Exactly. Yeah, and he was pushing this like way too fast. You could definitely see that he's still damn crazy, no matter how much he's saying, "Oh, I changed. I'm not like that no more." Because how the hell you coming in my house after being away? What was it, 8 years? He got out earlier than the expected time because he was supposed to do 15 years. And you like, oh, we gonna be one big happy family. We gonna get right back together. It's gonna be like no time. Like, no, sir, it's not. We ain't doing that. We ain't acting like no time has passed. We not about to be one big happy family. We not going out to dinner tonight. If anything, I probably would have told my sister to come pick up my son and been like, oh, I'm gonna speak to you by myself or something like that. If I didn't want to like put on a big show. But we definitely not about to go sit and have brownies and talk about we about to be reunited. Like, no, what are we doing here?
okay, and he holding your hand, and this is reinforcing once again to him, because my
Mm-hmm.
issue is, what the danger is, but right now your son has no clue what the danger is. He just thinking it's all good. Oh, and mommy don't look afraid. Shoot, mommy look like it's all good too. So why should I feel any fear? You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot. I don't know. It was just too much. But I agree with what you said. And we also, I think, is this the part where we found out about when she calls her sister on the phone, right? And she's telling her what's going on. I did like how she keeps her sister in contact and in the know of what's going on. But is this when her sister talks about all the things that he had did to her, how he had broke all her
Yes,
rings and
yes, it is. Because she was even saying, like, oh, well, right now, he was already in here. He is being nice. He's talking about us going out to dinner. Maybe he actually did change. And she's like, girl, no, he is the same damn person. You don't remember that he done broke you up and child. I'm like, mm-mm.
okay.
That was just a mess. I was glad that she was letting the sister know what was going on, and she just kind of was like, "Okay, let me hurry up and get off the phone. I'm gonna hit you back," to give her some kind of idea as to what was happening. But I still felt like, girl, no,
Okay.
no, no.
Thank you so much, Toya. I appreciate it. Toya has gifted 5 people some EJ the TV Junkie membership. So y'all will see it pop up in your thing, whoever she gifted them to. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate you. And yes, don't forget to make sure to hit the like button, guys. Share it,
Mm-hmm.
subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And she also just gifted 5 to Tamika's Den as
Oh,
well.
thank you, Latoya. You're so sweet.
So y'all will get those. Whoever she gives them to, you'll get a message with them. So thank you, Boo. We appreciate you so much. So yeah, I was glad that she wasn't doing this by herself. When I say by herself, like just running off and not telling nobody, I was like, thank goodness the sister know, because now maybe the sister is gonna be like, when she don't, immediately show back up, like what's going
Mm-hmm.
on. So then we get here. Talk about this scene. We get to the door. He all hugging and stuff. Oh my god, it was too much. I was like, dude.
I was kind of nervous with her here because I forget what show I was watching where the guy literally squeezed the girl and broke up her daggone ribs, and I thought he's about to possibly take her out. He's talking about something. Come on, squeeze me harder, and I can't leave without getting my hug and give me a kiss. I'm like, mm-mm. No,
Mm-mm.
ma'am. I'm sorry. I would have had to kick him.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was very cringy, very
Yes.
cringy. But then the son, little spoiled brat self, if I tell you go pack them damn bags, bro, you better go pack them bags with the quickness. And don't be asking me no questions. At this moment, he all like, what's going on? Why? Just go get them doggone bags packed and let's go. And he had a nerve to sit down and not pack the bags too. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? Now he don't want to go, and but this comes back to that same thing. He don't realize that there is a danger. But if I'm telling you, and if you see that your mom is shook, like this is why I don't understand kids, because I feel like a lot of kids do can notice like when something is wrong and stuff like that. Like they be they know enough to know that something wrong. And he's old enough, in my opinion, to know that his mom was shook, like shook. She on the floor sitting, she crying, you know what I'm saying? Like her demeanor is completely different. And yet you still asking all these questions and you still won't just go. I'm just like, I don't know what to do at this point. I'm screaming at the kid for crying out loud because I'm like, get your stuff, let's go. It was a lot. All right, y'all. Let's move to the. She does call her sister again, which I was happy about. So she called her sister again and tell her, like, look, I'm about to leave. This is the signs of a person who has been through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doing all the things that a person who's been through this type of situation, you can tell because of the way that she's moving. She's making sure that somebody knows her every move before she makes that move. So there's that. But then Tamika, talk about this part right here, because she trying to get packed up, and then guess who popped back up?
Yeah, I feel like she handled this wrong too. She should know him already. The same way he talking about, oh, something told me. My feelings never steer me wrong. She should know the kind of moves he make and to be on alert, have your head on a swivel, girl, that you was not gonna be able to just hurry up and run out of here tonight. You gotta try to play it off because you dealing with somebody that ain't got it all the way upstairs. And on top of that, her son wanna be saying there, well, why we gotta leave? What's the matter? What's the problem? I don't understand it. You lied to me. And she telling him she gonna drag him out. And he outside whistling at her. I'm like, oh God, like you child, I just needed her to be smarter than that.
Yeah, I agree with you. We probably should have waited to the next morning to make this move, and we probably should have made it look like we were doing normal things, like we were going to school or what. I probably would have said, I would have said, I'm trying not to curse. I would have said, bump that stuff.
Right. Don't
I would
even
have
take
said,
the
bump that
stuff if
stuff.
that's the case. Like, we ain't got time to be packing and making different trips to the daggone car. Make one trip and be out if you was going to do it that way. Or if not, like you said, play it off. Yeah, you going to school, I'm going to work. The next thing you know, you still driving. And he like, Mom, where we going? You know?
Okay,
I'm out of here.
we out of here. Because at first I thought the little boy had called his daddy. That's what I thought. But
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, did he call him?
I was like, if he called him, he needs to be knocked upside the head. So then he somehow gets her into the car, right? Because now he's threatening the son because, he's showing her the knife and all that stuff. Now he swears he's not going to hurt his kid, but this is what he's using in order to get her to get into the car. Now we're back at the hotel, right? The sister is frantic. She's calling because she knows that, there's danger, right? She can't get her on the phone. And then, real Victor done showed up. Victor been peeking, but he ain't just popped out all the way. You know what I'm saying? What our boy Kid Lamar say, sometimes you gotta pop up. That's what he did. He just popped out. So talk about this scene right here, because this was a lot.
Yeah, he did. Like I said, he was scaring me. Listen, and y'all know I love me some Tyler, but I was like, child, I can't with him in this damn role. He was doing too freaking much, and it was like on one hand she was trying to play it off to the best of her ability, but on the other hand she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. She already know and remember all the craziness he did. See what you doing now. So obviously, you don't care about me and you can't care about your son if you doing something like this to me. I mean, he over here, yeah, me and him about to leave. We gonna go away. And you, like, I felt like I was buried in the when I was locked up. So I'm about to let you know what it felt like to be buried. I'm like, no, sir. What the hell is going on here?
Okay,
Oh, Jesus.
that was a lot. I was like, okay, this escalated real fast. This went from zero to, I mean, it was already inching, but I mean,
Yeah.
it just skedaddled when he grabbed her and pushed her up. I said, oh, damn, it's over with now. I said,
Yeah.
this
Ain't
is
no
over.
more Mr. Nice Guy. He wasn't being that nice to begin with. He
Mm-mm.
couldn't even hold it together.
At all. Kept talking about how he changed, how he changed. And yes, you are very much true. Like, I'm looking at him like this ain't Diamond no more. I'm like, this ain't Diamond. I don't know who the heck this is, but this is not Diamond. And Tyler, I do not like it. I need you
Mm-mm.
to not do this and no more. We do not need these kind of roles from you. This don't, we good. We good on that, bro. We are good on that. But I guess that does go to the actor. You know what I'm saying? The actor played the heck out of this role.
Yeah,
So
he
much that I
really
don't,
did.
okay, so much that I don't want to see him like this no more. We good on that. So then we get in the truck, right? We get in the truck. We're headed off to um I think and she's already cut him at this point. I was trying to remember if she had cut him yet. She had already cut him when they were at the thing. So, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the other, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but let's talk about this part first. So they get in the car, right? He put her in the car. He done found this makeshift little thing. To me, it like I call it a makeshift what you call that they put people whatever a makeshift casket like thing is what he's found, right? He found it out by the dumpster and he done put this in the, I'm like, bruh, really? We
Yeah,
really
I
gonna do
was
this?
I was mad. It was a little too easy for him. Okay, you find this, you got the spot to put her in, and everything already worked the hell out. I mean, she did try to fight though. I can't say she wasn't trying to fight, and she hopped out that daggone van truck, whatever, while it was still moving. I don't know if I could have did that. I have been in a situation where I was tempted to do that, and I was like, listen, this ain't the damn movies. I was thinking
Okay.
about how I was gonna hurt myself once I jumped out of there, but nonetheless, she did it. She was trying to get away from him and she was trying to scream for help, but it's like, we out in the woods, so how many people really gonna hear you, even though we do have somebody that end up coming up with a child. We'll get to that too.
Girl, that was too much for me. I was like, I was dumbfounded on that part. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was just like, really, bruh? Like, really? Like, why didn't you just let him go? and then try to figure
Yeah,
out.
Benny was a hot ass mess, Lady Virtue. I used to watch the Having the Have Nots.
Did she say this ain't Benny?
Yeah, when he played Benny on the Having the Have Nots.
So yeah, it was a lot though. I mean, this was like way too much. He done got the knife up to her face and all this stuff. It was, I don't know. He was making my head hurt. Seriously. Let's see where we at, where we at. So we get her into the box, right? We roll her in, and now we done buried her. We literally buried her alive. And
Yeah.
thank goodness. And I noticed this as I was watching, and notice her hands. She never opens up her hands, because later I'm like, she does keep her hands closed the entire time. And apparently she had her keys in her hand this entire time. Even when she rolled out that doggone car, she still
Mm-hmm.
kept them keys hidden inside of her hand, which just happens to have the little flashlight on it and the little knife thing on it, which is why I say again, this is definitely somebody who has been through something
Yeah.
and learned little things that they need to, have with them. It's sad, but at the same time, I'm glad that she had enough cognizance to know, like, these are the things that I need to have with me. And it was small, but it
Yeah.
was helpful. So
Oh, absolutely. I used to hold on to my keys, so and I also used to always try to keep me some mace or a shank or something. But yeah, you gotta have your little tools, honey. You gotta think about, unfortunately, sometimes in certain situations we gotta think about things that we could possibly use for a weapon or to help us out of a situation if we need it. So that was smart of her in that way. This was definitely a mama bear fighting girl, and I can't even imagine what it felt like to be who child buried up in a daggone box like that, because I'm claustrophobic, honey. And I got bronchitis. I probably would have already been out of breath and had an anxiety attack and worked myself out. But she was persistent. She was trying to get up out of there.
she really was. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. As I was looking at this, I was sitting up there. Sat up in my chair. So I was watching it on my laptop while I was trying to do everything. And then I sat up and I was like, I started hyper. I was like, because it was just something about
Mm-hmm.
her being in that box and the fact that I knew this was a true story. Like,
Yeah.
I literally was like, I could hardly breathe, because that's how I felt like it. I don't know why all of a sudden I started channeling that stuff. I was like, oh my God, why am I channeling this like this? This is too much.
Yeah, she literally clawed her way out of there. But yeah, Torian, they did do that in Kill Bill too with the flashlight too. That's true.
Oh, yep, yep,
Mm-hmm.
that is true. But and Tori, and this is actually based off of a true story. This dude really buried his wife. He did all of that. So it's crazy. But yeah, I remember that in Kill Bill. Let's see where we at. I don't think I have the screenshots of this, but there's gonna be a point where right before he gets here, he's gonna run into the guy. He's gonna be on his land or whatever, and he's gonna run into him, and he's gonna tell him, "Let's see what you were doing out on the land." I'm like, dude, why are we doing this? Like, just let that man go, because clearly whatever he doing out here, it ain't no good. You see all this dirt and
It
mud
was
out here.
funny too, because that man was giving me racist, but at this point, I really didn't give a damn. I was saying, listen, first of all, what we always say, don't pull out a hammer if you're not about to use it. He over here, walk me back, show me what you was doing on my land. I said, no, you doing too much damn talking. And of course, he ends up being able to flip it around, get his hammer from him. I'm like, you should have. This is one of those times where you should have popped him in the damn knees or something.
Okay, should have did something. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, come on.
Mm-mm-mm.
What are we doing here? But yeah, and it's sad. It's very sad
Mm-hmm.
that it's not surprising, but it is what it is. It's
And the
going
fact that
crazy.
he just went back to the son so casually, like, oh, your mama just left and we gonna, because it went from we all going away on a family trip and him trying to play it off. And then even the aunt got there first and was checking on them because she wasn't getting no answer. And she's telling him, like, your father's dangerous. Come on, you need to come with me. And of course, when they're saying he's dangerous now, he's looking at them because the mother told him that too. Is like, Well, why y'all saying he's dangerous? Y'all never mentioned nothing about him before. Y'all made it seem like if he just ran off and he left me, and that wasn't true. So why should I believe y'all now when y'all saying this? He haven't shown me anything to be dangerous. If he was dangerous, why would you be going out with him to eat? Like, you know what I mean? This is all the things he's probably thinking now. And of course, who come walking in just the time to overhear her saying this? And he talking about some no, we going away. I mean, she definitely had the energy that I would have had as an aunt. Like, first of all, no, my nephew ain't going nowhere. And I'm not going, I'm not letting you take him nowhere until I speak to my sister. But I don't know. I needed her to like be further away from him when he was
That's
not in
crazy.
arm's reach.
Exactly. That's what I was like. I was like, step back or something. But then our boy Malcolm learned today. He learned that daddy really is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he went from literally from being all nice and docile to just flipped just that quickly. Next thing you know, auntie on the floor, you sitting up there looking at him with these buck eyes, like, oh my, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just crazy. I was like, if you just had to listen to everybody telling you, let's go, instead, we got to coax you out the door instead of moving because you don't want to go. Like, what are we doing, little man? But he does have, what I did like about this was that he finally is like, can I go put some shoes on? And them doggone shoes come in handy because he went and put the shoes on, put the tracker back in there. And I was like, okay, well, that was smart.
Yeah, I was wondering how those shoes was going to come into play. Knew they had to come and play for something. That definitely was him thinking on his feet, like, okay, I gotta, go ahead and go with him, but I'm going to bring this tracker that way my mama will be able to track us down and know where we going to.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
That was crazy. So she's still fighting her way, trying to fight her way out of the thing. I'm sitting up here like, how is we gonna get out of this box? Like, what are we finna do? And then I'm sitting up here wondering, how deep is the hole? Like, I'm asking myself all of these questions, like, how deep is the hole? How much dirt is
Yeah, I
over
was
there?
wondering how deep it was too, because at one point it was like if she was pulling the dirt or the dirt was falling in and she was starting to get it open. So I'm like, well, it's all the daggone dirt gonna fall in here on you, and then you could get suffocated that way. I don't know if that's the best thing. Like, how deep did he dig this daggone thing? Lord.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering about. And then it started raining. I said, "Oh my goodness!" But there was one little funny part in here. There was only one for me at this moment, and that was this doggone text message when he's talking about Joe.
Oh yeah, it was
Joe was
Joe.
texting, but
And
it was
they're gonna
literally.
say stop texting me, punk. I got
I laughed at that when I said, really, stop texting me, punk. And it's the way his face looked after he thought he really did something.
mm-hmm.
I was like, bruh, come on now. Now you know you ain't do nothing, but she's still trying to get out the hole. Her sister finally done woke up, right? She done woke up after she got slapped around. But I was like, are you gonna call the police? Like, what are we doing? Like, who we calling? Because I need you to call somebody or do something. That she called somebody, but it don't sound like 911. I don't know who she called.
Yeah, I wasn't too clear on that either, because baby, the police would have been called. I would have been like, he's gone. He done, did I don't know what with my dad going sister, my nephew gone. Like, they wasn't moving fast enough for me.
Girl, you and me both, but now we knew that Joe was the friend. So Joe was actually
Mm-hmm.
the friend, and the audience knows that Joe is not, a man, but
Right.
that she's indeed the friend. And when he sent that text message, I was like, now what's she gonna be thinking? Like I would be like, what in the world is you sending me?
Right. Like,
What
what
is
the hell are
going
you
on?
talking about? Mm-hmm.
So next scene is up. He said he needed to get something to eat. So he trying to think quick on his feet now.
Yeah.
Little man is trying to think quick on his feet. Talk about this scene.
Yeah, I thought he was playing it off really good. One, oh, I want to eat something, and then he like, oh yeah, I could go for something to eat. Two, he was like, well, why are you sitting here drawing? Ain't you too big for crayons? And he like, oh no, I want to go up on the museum on the wall where all the other paintings is at. I said, okay, yeah, I'm seeing where you're going with this. And I thought he was going to get away with it, but daddy said, nope, I got eyes in the back of my head. Don't ever think you trying to fool me. um because he wrote "help me" on the back of it. Mind you, Victor was over here being nasty and disrespectful to the waiter, like, "Oh, bring me my coffee now. Why am I waiting so long?" And then when she came over, "Oh, thank you. Sorry, I got a little testy or whatever." So he thought he was just gonna pass it to her, like, "Oh, hey, put me, mine on the wall too." He talking about some, "No, I want to have this for in the house for our refrigerator." I was like, "Damn it. What's up, Bigger
Okay.
Ford Entertainment? Thanks for
It's
coming."
What's up? What's up? It's so funny because he done pulled out the doggone diamond necklace talking about how they finna go get a starter house.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think that we're moving a little bit too fast for all of this? Like, this is a lot for you to throw on to, first of all, a kid. But the fact that
Yes.
you thought you was gonna walk back into your wife's life just like that after you done did all of these horrible things to her, right? And you've been gone for 8 years. You've been locked up for 8 years. Like,
Yeah, like
imagine.
it wasn't making sense because, like I said, one minute he was saying we taking this family trip together. I think he even told him at one point, like, "Oh, your mother's gonna meet us there." Then it changed from that to, "Your mother ain't coming back. She don't want to be bothered no more. She just up and left you randomly, and now it's gonna be me and you." I'm like, "Sir, nobody believes these lies. You're not even making sense."
Okay, but then we learned at some point, I want to say back when they were having a conversation, that he takes medication. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, you off your medication. I see.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
then he even mentions his father, like, "Oh, that was a hard man. You want to know a hard man?" I'm like, "I don't care how hard your father was."
Okay, that part. So she finally make it out the hole, y'all. Somehow, some way. Honestly, I don't know. All I know it was raining. I saw that hole just kept going deeper and deeper, and it started sinking in. I was like, "How's she gonna get all this dirt?" Like I
And then
was
she was like, "I'm stuck." I'm like, "Oh Lord."
okay. And all I could think about was I was like, man, if that was me, I would my hips wouldn't have never made it through that hole. I would be out of here. I said, I can tell you all the things I said, but I was like, my hips would have never made it out this hole. I said, only someone the size of even Marcel could have made it out that hole.
Child, listen, I would have been just my head would have made it through that hole up to my neck.
I was like, oh, I couldn't have made it
Oh
out that hole.
God.
But she somehow was able to will herself out of there because at one moment I didn't
Yeah.
think she was gonna, I was like, oh my goodness, she's not gonna make it. But somehow, some way, because she kept going down, the water was starting to fill in, and she kept going down. She come back up, she go down, come back up. And then finally, she just willed her way out of it. But then she
Yeah.
did that model walk on after thing. I said, Eva, if you don't stop doing this model walk,
All muddied and everything and still looking pretty. Hmm.
okay, I said, if you don't stop doing this model walk, I'm so mad at you right now because she model walked right on up out of there. And then
Hmm.
that's when she finds the dude that he unalived. And she's like, I'm sorry, but bro, I gotta go.
Hmm.
I'm
Took
taking a
that
ride.
truck. The keys was right in there, was still running. I was like, okay.
Okay. So she takes that, she goes to her friend and talk about the scene when she makes it to Joe's house. This is actually Joe.
Yeah, at first I didn't know who house she went to. I thought she just probably stopped like at the nearest house, maybe even where this man came from, and it was gonna be like one of his family members or somebody come and open the door. But then I was like, "Oh, she went to Joe." Okay, and of course Joe was like, "Girl, what the hell is going on?" Seeing her looking all crazy, and she like, "Oh, now it's making sense. That was the text." Because I'm wondering, why would you send me that crazy text? You ain't text me, right? And she's like, no. So now she got to put her up to speed because, of course, she didn't know everything. When we started out in the beginning, like you said, she was asking, like, what made you have to change your name in the first place, and was saying that this was a conversation they would have one day over drinks. And then she remembers about the did she remember about the tracker first? I think so. She asked her, did she have like internet, and went to look on the computer
Mhm.
to see, if it would come up or whatever, and she could find where they at. And then when she let her know he had the phone, she was able to also call him, which that was funny because he was like, "Yo, Joe, stop calling." And it cost us her the whole damn time. Oh Lord. And the son asked to speak to her and stuff. So she at least knew like he was okay. He is alive, and he knew that, she was okay. He's a damn mess. Look at that face. Oh God, that was a good screenshot. He looks so
Mhm.
evil right there.
He really, really do, girl.
Like,
Really.
stop calling the damn phone. And then, of course, he's also telling the son, like, you got to be more like me. You got to learn how to be a man. You can't be playing games like your mama. That was a move your mama would have did. But this did shock him. Like, he was not expecting her to get out that daggone, little coffin and be able to call him on no phone. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I listen, I was yelling too because Joe kept wanting to call 911 and you talking about no. I'm like, yes. What we talking about? No, yes. Like this is a whole nother situation. I get that, I get where she was coming from, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, you need some help because either way,
Exactly.
it's not gonna end well. Like it's just not
Mm-hmm.
gonna end well. So let me at least get some help. So
Yeah,
I'm
she
glad.
over here like, oh, let me go get you the first aid kit and fix up that cut. And you call the cops. Man, she was out that damn door. I'm like,
Down, down.
I get you going because I probably would have went too, but I would have also called 911 and been like, meet me. Okay, this is the road they riding on.
That's what I would have been like too, because I would have been like, I'm gonna need some backup, I'm gonna need some help. I already done got in the grave one time and I got out. I feel like that one right there was my second chance. So at this point in time, I ain't taking no more chances. You ain't finna give me twice. But yeah, so I mean,
And then Malcolm, I mean, he didn't know no better because he really was trying his best. He also let her know, like, Mom, so sorry I was arguing with you about those shoes. And, I got them on. And of course, that kind of gave Victor the heads up where he was like, what the hell was that about shoes? What you going on and on about that for?
okay. I was like, dang, he gonna know now. I was like, ugh. I was hoping that he wouldn't think about it too much, but yet he
Hmm.
did think about it and he realized what was going on with the shoes. And so they
Yeah,
did.
y'all know when people be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, they usually be more smarter when it comes to other things as well. So you always got to take that into consideration.
Exactly. So talk about as we enter into the last scenes when she gets there and it just, all the stuff that's going on at this point.
Well, Joe did what she was supposed to do. She called them damn police. She was like, "My friend is in trouble. Okay, ain't no way she gonna be able to handle this on her own." And the fact that, I mean, obviously we know he off his damn rocker. He done buried her and did all of this. But even just having the son, um, taped up in the car to the steering wheel is like, how the hell you saying we gonna go live this happy life? You gonna get this house and do all this stuff, but you think I'm gonna actually want to be with you after you treat my mom this daggone way and got me tied up. And then he was even telling him, like, yeah, that's how women are. So you got to watch out for women. And I mean, he just was a freaking hot ass mess. I don't know how he was thinking this was going to work, but he was so adamant and serious about it. But she made her way there. She tracked them down. And of course, he let, you know, her know, like, you almost got away with it. But I knew it was something with these daggone, shoes. And he kind of just kept reminding her and his son, like, oh, y'all can't think y'all can outsmart me and that y'all better than me. I was so freaking annoyed with him, but
Girl, super annoyed. He was the most annoying. And I was so annoyed after she finally gets there when she fell. I said, we went through all this to fall. Dang
mm,
it. Is this what we doing?
mm,
Like, I was so mad about that. I was like, I think I was talking to the TV more than I probably needed to. Or, I was like, come on, get up, girl.
mm.
We done made it.
Yeah, I definitely wanted her to get up. I was like, now we just gotta fight, fight, fight. We already done made it to this point. What's up, Candy
Exactly.
Love?
Hey, Candy Boo. But yeah, exactly. Like, get up and fight. Let's go. Let's go. But we get to the church. I forgot. I didn't get all the screenshots from the church, but we get to the church, and then there's a whole scene. I guess that was a church. I feel like it was a
Yeah,
church.
it was a church.
We get to the church and there's a whole scene, and I mean, she basically just begging for her life, and he's still off his rockers. I really feel like it. I feel like he's been like this all this time because he didn't have the proper medication that he needed. Then when he gets in prison, they give him medicine, but then he's not taking the medicine, and now he done
Mm-hmm.
completely lost his mind. But I mean, at the end of the day, he tries to blow her out off with the gun, but it didn't have any more bullets in it. it was done. It was gone.
Yeah, God
And
was on her side because ain't nothing happened when he tried to pull that trigger. He was like, damn it. And then she just basically was telling him, like, listen, it was always you, and you are the one that destroyed your family. You are the one that made all these things happen. Because, of course, he's trying to flip it around to everybody else and make it seem like he's the victim. And it's like, you are definitely not a victim in any of this. You literally terrorized me and your son that you claim to have love for. So, at that point, the police and stuff was pulling up. Thank God it didn't seem like it took them forever to get there, even though most of the stuff was already calmed down by the time they got there. And then, her son was able to go running up to her. She, walked out, and I was like, oh,
yeah, I was like, but he had a little. He had the thing with the key too, where he was using the key to get out of the tape. I said, everybody know how to work these
right.
doggone keys with the duct tape or whatnot. I said, I guess that's why people be using them zip ties now, because duct tape, you just
Go ahead and cut right on out of that.
but yeah, I liked how, at the very end, he ends up it was death by, it was suicide by cop, because that was his only way out at this point. He knew that if he knew there was no bullets in there, so he knew that if he come out there
Yeah,
and acted like he was going to, that they were going to engage and do what they had to do. and
absolutely.
and that's exactly what
And I
happened.
guess he already had it in his mind, like, nope, I ain't going back to jail again. So this is gonna be what it is.
Yep. Because I want to say at some point he says, it was one point when the police were passing by. That made me think that the sister might have called the police, because remember when they were driving in the truck and the police are passing by, you can hear the sirens, and he said, nope, not today, or something like that, not gonna get me today. So I was like, maybe she did call him, or you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But anyway, overall, to me, this was really good. I loved how it ended. She ended on a note where she decided to go on a date. Like, they had been trying to get her to go on this date. Little man looked like he was happy. I mean, dude that she was going out on a date with, he was fine, fine. You know what I'm saying? Cute. So I liked how it
Yeah,
ended.
because before she was letting it overpower her whole life, which, I mean, you go through something like that, it's understandable, but you got to keep constantly picking up, leaving. One of the first things she said was like, no, why go on a date? Why get to know somebody? One, I don't want to take the chance I could end up with another damn cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And two, I don't really stay anywhere. I'm always having to pick up and leave and move. So, if I have to leave again. So that was kind of showing that finally she was like, listen, I'm letting all of that go, taking a chance, going out on a date, bringing her flowers and everything. She had on her
Mhm.
little cute red dress. Okay, put on
Mhm.
your red dress. I was like, okay.
Okay, looking all cute. I said, okay, I love this for her. I really
Mm-hmm.
do, and I'm glad that I didn't really look into the real life story of it all. But if it's anything like this, and they got their happy ending, you know what I'm saying? Then kudos to her, because that's a lot to go through. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? As someone that you're
absolutely.
supposed to love, and somebody that's supposed to love and care for you and protect you, you take these vows, and the very person that's supposed to be there for you um tries to bury you, and
Mm-hmm.
tries to do all these things to you, and have been abusing her all this time and blamed her for his actions. As a matter of fact, when I think at one point we even learned that her father or uncle or somebody tried to get him a regular job, he didn't even want that. He chose what he wanted, and then he ended up where he ended up because she was the one who ended up telling the police or something like that. So that was another reason why he was upset. It was a lot, but I ain't gonna lie, Tyler Lepley did the damn thing. Like,
Yeah, he
he played the
definitely
part.
did. He was coming off crazy as hell right from the beginning, even though he was like, oh, I'm a changed man. I was like, no. Literally, your actions are saying the complete opposite of that.
Kendall, I concur. I definitely agree with that 1,000%. I was like, but I can see why she was with crazy though. That's what I said. I can see why she was with crazy. He was doing that one. But anyway, y'all, that is what's up with the movie, y'all. It was a really good watch. Once again, if you have not watched this one, definitely go and take a look at it. You can watch it at play.mylifetime.com, completely free. You don't have to have any type of logins or sign ins. You don't have to create an account or any any of that. If you do happen to have a My Lifetime account, you can actually go into the app and watch it as well. But I just watch it on the straight browser. And you can watch some of the other ones. I think the only one that I don't think you can watch is Tempted, but there were a few other ones that were really, really good. Forever something. I can't think of the names of them, but trust me, they got a whole section of them that are like Black movies right now that are really, really, to me, all the ones I've watched have been good. So definitely go and check it out. So anyway, any final words about the movie? And then also let us know what you got going on.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was good. I used to watch, I told y'all this before, I used to be into Lifetime movies heavy, and I fell off over the last couple of years not watching them as much. But I feel like they have came back, especially with, I watched the other ones too, but with the Black ones, I'll be trying to support. And now they have the rip from headlines, so there's a lot of them that are based around true stories. So I'll be like, all right, let me go ahead and check this out. There's a couple of them that I actually wanted to talk about, but as soon as I saw this one, I was like, oh yeah, we gonna see what this is talking about. Um, so I enjoyed it. I was like, he played the hell out that role because I believe that he was crazy for real. um, and as far as what I got going on, I will be with the ladies. I know we have a couple of different panels coming up. I believe we're gonna be talking about fight night, and we're gonna be talking about reasonable doubt, and we got movie night with the ladies. I think Moochie is hosting. We did earlier today, Inga, Nita, and Miss Kira Speaks. We talked about what the heck is the name of the show? The Mendez Brothers on Netflix. We also are talking about Aaron Hernandez. And then of course I do my Love After Lockup, Power Book, and Reasonable Doubt, like my own thoughts on it, but then I join the ladies for the panels with that. And I know we got a couple other new things coming up too, from Zatima. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going down, y'all. I'm trying to play catch up and get some stuff out to y'all. So keep your notifications on. And also you'll probably see some shorts and some TikTok videos on some other shows that I may not be able to discuss in detail. Okay.
Yes.
And
Right.
make sure y'all join the Discord if you are not already in there, because we're supposed to have a watch party for the season finale of Power Book 2. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. I'm gonna drop the link so you guys can join the Discord. But yeah, and just make sure that you go up to the section that says, I think it says like Power Watch Party wait list or something like that. Just put your name on the wait list so that way on the day that it's time for the watch party, we'll know who wants to, come in. And then we got a lot of other events that's going to be going on as well. It's just a lot of great conversations that are going to be had, and just it's going to be a good time. So make sure you join. So as far as my channel is concerned, I'm trying to get back into just making sure I get some more content out there. I know we've been doing a lot of lives, and I feel like we're about to have like a ton of them popping up. So I have a lot of shorts that I'll probably be doing for shows that I can't really, that I'm not going to do videos on and stuff. But there are a couple of things that are going to be coming up for this week. We got From is back. It came back today. So the goal is to be able to do the live on Monday for that one. And then we have Zatima coming back up next week. And then we also have Found coming up next week. So we're going to try to do lives for those. And then we already have our Reasonable Doubt. I think that's like 3, 4 more episodes on that. Power Booker Goes 2 has 2 more episodes. So we'll be finishing that up. And we go live at midnight to do our after party for like our after show, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to stay up that late for the after show for Power, definitely do that. So, you can check that out. And then what else we got going on? I think that's it. I know it's some more stuff. Movie night. I forgot what movie. Oh, we're talking about Robin. I think
Robin, yeah.
Robin, and that's a Tubi movie, y'all. And it stars Soraya or Soraya, however you pronounce it, Soraya. So definitely check that out so that you'll be ready for that on Thursday when we do our movie night. And then I already said Reasonable Doubt. And if you're not part of the book club, if you like books And right now, I have a Carl Weber book club. I feel like we're supposed to start another book club for like other books at some point, but I personally have a Carl Weber book club right now that I'm doing. We're talking about the Family Business New Orleans book 7. So if you want to be a part of that, just join the Discord. And we actually have a book club where where we're going to be listening to the Audible book and then having a discussion about it as we listen to it. So definitely join, like I said, the Discord. And then other than that, I think that's it. I don't know. There's probably some other stuff, but just keep y'all notifications on. And we're about to get up out of here, y'all. Thank you to everybody who came through. Inga Binga, thank you for coming through. Kendall, as always. My girl Latoya, my good sis Latoya, we appreciate you. We thank you. Lady Virtue, thank you for coming through. Torian came through. Moochie Lemon Kush Pepper was in the building. Sally was in the building. Bobby Ray came through. Thank you guys. Daria was in here. Thank you so much. And everybody else who was in the chat that didn't say anything, we appreciate you guys coming out to listen. And y'all, we going to catch y'all on the next one. Trust me, we'll see y'all probably in the next few days, maybe tomorrow. Talk to y'all later. Peace.